No sense pretending it's over. Hard times just don't go away. You gotta take that chip over your shoulder. It's time you open up, have some faith. Nothing good ever comes easy. All good things come in due time. Yes, it does. You gotta have something to believe in. I'm telling you to open your mind. Gotta put your heart on the line. If you wanna make it right, you've got to reach out and try. Gotta put your heart on the line. If you wanna get it right, gotta put it all on the line. You see yourself in the mirror, and yet you don't like what you see. Ooh. And things aren't getting much clearer. Don't you think it's time you go for a change? Oh, don't waste your time on the past.
I'm sorry, you can continue.
No, no. It's time you look to the future. Oh, it's all right there if you ask. This time if you try much harder, you'll be the best that you can be. Oh, gotta put your heart on the line. If you wanna make it right, you've got to reach out and try. Gotta put your heart on the line. If you wanna get it right, gotta put it all on the line. If you wanna make it right, and you wanna do it now, then you gotta learn to try. And make it worth the fight. No, none of life come free, and that's just the way it is now. You gotta go for what you want. You gotta know you got to stand up. Gotta put it all on the line. You and me. You got to reach out and try. You and me. Gotta put your heart on the line. Gotta belong. If you wanna get it right, gotta put it all on the line. Gotta put your heart on the line. If you wanna make it right, you got to reach out and try. Gotta put your heart on the line. If you wanna get it right, gotta put it all on the line. Gotta put your heart on the line. If you wanna make it right, you got to reach out and try. Gotta put your heart on the line. If you wanna get it right, gotta put it all on the
Very touching song, very emotional song by Michael Jackson. Wow. Touches you deeply. You got to put your heart on the line. That's for sure. Very strong line, repeated so many times to be even more impactful. Definitely, it's a repetitive song towards the end. But just the fact that it's Michael Jackson, his persona, his voice, the way he comes across as an artist, the way he delivers the lines, oh, it just makes it special. The music that is backing him up is so gentle, yet so powerful. It's just put together beautifully, this song. I've never heard this song before, like many of Michael Jackson's recent requests. Most of them I've never heard before in my life. Didn't even know they existed, to be honest. The songs like this. But it just touches me so deeply. It's so emotional. If you want to get it right, you got to put it all on the line. That's for sure. You can't be half-hearted, especially when it comes to relationships, especially when it comes to love, especially when it comes to your career, anything, your hobbies. You can't be half-hearted. You can't be that way. I mean, many people are in today's world, especially in today's world. People are easily distracted. People lose focus easily. I remember in my classes, I used to have this very powerful principle or two on focus that I would teach, and people would absolutely be amazed by it, by the stories I would share. There was one principle which I formulated, and there's so many who copy these principles around the world. In fact, there's a best-selling book called Atomic Habits. If it goes back to what it's all about and the examples given, I'm pretty sure it's based almost completely on my principle called the Kyoto Bamboo Principle or the Japanese Bamboo Principle initially. So yeah, I mean, there's this burning worms principle that I've formulated based on my own story, my own childhood experiences during the monsoon. After it stopped raining, the earthworms would come out when the sun was out and they would go about their day. And that was a time when I would hold this magnifying glass over those earthworms. And I would like to see them burn in the sun. And many years later, when I grew up, I realized that how did this happen? I started questioning it. How did these earthworms burn all of a sudden? For a long time, they wouldn't burn. You'd hold a magnifying glass above them when the sun was out. They would continue with their work. They would maybe squirm a little bit more while they walked, but it would not affect them. But then all of a sudden, after a couple of minutes or 3 minutes went by and the sun came out stronger through that magnifying glass, what would happen is all those hundreds and thousands of sun rays would converge into one strong ray upon that earthworm. So it would literally be a bright ray of light on that earthworm. And the earthworms didn't stand a chance. When that happened after a few minutes of the sun being out and me holding the magnifying glass over where they were walking, all of them, they just burned. They just literally evaporated. That was the power of that focus. I realized that when I actually had that kind of focus in whatever I did in life, I had great results in whatever I was doing. Whether it was a relationship, whether it was spending time with someone, spending time at work, spending time with a particular hobby, spending time doing nothing, spending time in meditation. When I focused the same way as a magnifying glass, when I put my heart on the line, it really worked out well. And that's what it is all about here.
Awesome.
This song is all about that focus. When you're doing something, put your heart on the line. When being half-hearted, no point. Just give up. Don't do it. The world is not for half-hearted people.
Definitely not.
What are your thoughts on this?
Oh, I like these lines. More than anything else, it is these lines. I'm sure Michael Jackson must have touched people in more ways than what we know. Because of the strong lyrics also. Because a lot of songs are very inspiring that were made by Michael Jackson. And they do give hope. Each of these lines are so inspiring. They give hope, and the way he would sing was also with complete conviction. So the way he was singing each of these lines and each word that he was singing in those lines was with conviction. He wanted to inspire people, and that is the reason why he was singing. You gotta know what you've got to stand for. After everything, that just comes once in the entire song, but that's very strong. And the way he sang that was powerful. So these songs are
you'll be
amazing.
the best that you can be. So many lines of hope and confidence instilled in the listeners.
So when you listen
you'll
to
be the
music
best
like
that you
this-
can be. It's time you look to the future. Whatever's happened in the past, he says, move on. It's all right there if you ask. This time, if you try much harder, you'll be the best you can be. Got to put your heart on the line if you want to make it right. Absolutely amazing, powerful lines. I'm sure it might be written by a very accomplished songwriter, this one. Not
Definitely.
mentioned, but yeah, whether Michael Jackson or anyone else. That's it for this one. Goodbye.